How are you guys today? I have an English lesson for you today all about the academic word list, or the AWL. If you haven't heard about the academic word list yet, I'm going to give you an introduction to it, and I will also show you some great websites where you can go to practice learning new vocabulary and getting some quizzes and stuff like that that you can use to help you improve your English and your fluency with more vocabulary. Vocabulary is so important for your English fluency, so it's really important. And today I'm going to choose 10 words from a Quizlet that I will share with you, and I'm going to use these words in a reading so you can see how the words are used in context. And the topic of the reading today is about environmental racism. Have you heard about environmental racism before? It's in the news recently because President Biden is working to make the situation better for people of color and for poor people who are affected by environmental racism. So this is something that I will show you in the National Public Radio website, and then I will give you some practice to see these words in context. All right, so let's get started. Academic word list, vocabulary lesson. There are a couple great websites that help you study the AWL. Two of them are vocabulary.com and quizlet.com. So I'm going to show you these two websites, and then I'm also going to show you a couple others that you can go to, and I will put the links in the description of this video. Okay, first of all, this is vocabulary.com. You have to make an account, so make sure you do that. And then the cool thing about it is that it has a way for you to learn the words, and they give you these little quizzes, right? So you can actually go in and you can, choose the correct answer. So it's nice because it gives you a quiz, and then it also has some different activities that you can do. So vocabulary.com is the first website that I recommend. The other one is is Quizlet. So I'm going to show you more about this website in just a minute. And then the other one is examenglish.com. This one actually has some groups of words that have practice tests. So it's got lots of different practice tests that you can take about vocabulary. It's really helpful. This is Exam English. The other one is EAP Foundation. This one, when you first get here, you have to scroll down a little bit. It talks about what the AWL is. And then it has these lists here, and you can click on these words to find out more information about them. So that's really helpful too. So here's a reading with some of the words from the AWL. I created this reading myself to help you learn some new words today from this list. Read this and see if you can recognize the words. So like I said, I'm going to be taking the words from this Quizlet here. This Quizlet has lots of different words, and I will make sure to share this Quizlet set with you. So here's an AWL reading with 10 words. The Biden administration has given an accurate account of the environmental racism that has disproportionately affected people of color. So the word here is accurate. Practice your pronunciation also with this video. Accurate account. What does accurate mean? It means correct or factual, right? I'm going to be using some information from an NPR news broadcast. National Public Radio is a great resource if you would like to get some good news that is based on facts. So the news organization just put out this information about hope and skepticism as Biden promises to address environmental racism. The author of this news clip, Rebecca Hersher, talks about how Biden is motivated to make laws to stop the dangerous effects of pollution on non-white and poor communities. So the two words here we have from the AWL are author and motivated. So the word author, this means the person who wrote or who created the information in that news clip, right? In this case, we can see Rebecca Hersher is the author. Motivated, right? Biden is motivated. This means that he has a desire or he is willing to create laws, right? To stop environmental racism. This is the news source here. I'll show this to you guys. So this is the NPR website. Like I said, if you don't know about NPR, I highly recommend going to this website because they have these listenings that can really help you with their English, and also their news is from public donations, so it's not based on any private organization. It's a public organization. So I think that the news is more credible. So this is the article that I'm basing my information off of. It's a rational executive order. Biden is motivated by the fact that poor people and people of color are more likely to live in places that are polluted and are affected by natural disasters. So if you don't know what environmental racism means, this is what it means. People of color are more likely to live in places that are polluted and are affected by natural disasters. So we can see in this picture here that this is a picture of flooding, right? We can see that the water has destroyed this town. So when it rains a lot and it floods, people who are poor are more likely to have their homes ruined. They're more likely to have problems recovering after the natural disaster. They're more likely to be renters, so they're not homeowners, so they don't have home insurance. And in this country, in the United States, people of color are much more likely to be poor. In the NPR news clip, the journalist gives an example of a community in North Carolina that lives near a hog farm. So hog is another word for pig. You can see this picture here. There are traces of pig feces in the water and in the air from the farming. So the word traces here is from our academic word list. What do you think that means? Traces means when there is a small detection or a small piece of the information or the whatever it is, the item that we're talking about. Pig feces. So this is when the pig poops or goes to the bathroom, right? They don't actually go to the bathroom, but when they leave their waste, sometimes it can get into the water, and it also can get into the air because farmers use it to make their farms more productive. In the U.S., Black people, Latinos, and Indigenous people have been discriminated against in the housing market and in schools. So this is a picture from the 1960s, but we are still seeing this today, even in the 2021s, right? In the 2000s. So now it's 2021, so we're still seeing the same problem that people of color are being discriminated against in the housing market and in schools. And this plays a role in environmental racism. Discriminated against. Make sure that you use the preposition against with the verb discriminated. What does this mean? So this means when they have unfair treatment because of their color or race, right? It's not equal. While rich people live on big estates with lovely nature around them, as we can see on the picture on the left, poor minority groups are suffering from corporations' waste that destroys the environment. So minority groups are more likely to live near big factories or corporations that have waste that gets into the water and into the air. So the academic word list word is estate. Estate, right? So the word estate is oftentimes used for in terms of property or anything like that, but I see this word a lot when we talk about people who are wealthy, people who have more money, right? So people who have gigantic houses. We often see this word used in that context. All right, so this is our final word here. Use the AWL with flexibility to improve your English fluency. So what do I mean by that? Use the AWL with flexibility. This means that you need to use these words in many different areas, right? You need to use them when you're speaking, when you're writing, when you're reading. So you need to be flexible. And this will help you improve your English fluency. All right, that's all for today. And I hope you guys are working on improving your vocabulary. And let me know if you have any other topics that you'd like to have a video on. I'm interested in what you guys want to learn more about. So just let me know. All right, bye-bye.